pre-video or mid-round video, but I wanted to come on and talk for a bit, let you know how it went. This was at True Timber. This is in Richmond, Virginia. I picked this one. I wasn't going to do this one at first because I played this course before in the last tournament. And the last time I played it was a tournament, and they played all of us, Ma3, 4 pros. They played everybody from the blues. And unless you're a pro or you got the skills for it, blue and True Timber sucks donkey balls. So on that particular, there was an audio podcast I did on that one, and it's I wasn't happy with the fact that they did that to us. And the blues is a brutal course. And,
in 2 miles, use the left 2 lanes to take the I-81 south exit toward I-64 west, Lexington.
So, I was looking around trying to find one, and I go by player count as a reminder. I try to get into classes. It's traditional. I try to stick MA3, but if I have to, I will play MA2. My rating's too high. I can't play MA4. I did play 1 at the very beginning of the year, and I got 5th, I think. Yeah, I got 5th. I was down in North Carolina. So MA4 in North Carolina, the skill level of the player, when you play states, some states the players are a lot harder. And North Carolina, in my opinion, my personal opinion, has some of the toughest disc golf players that I've encountered so far. But anyways, with that aside, I traditionally try to play MA3. I hunted around, found this one. Turned out to be a charity
event. In half a mile, use the left 2 lanes to take the I-81 south exit toward I-64 west, Lexington.
And but then I saw the player count. The player count was over 20 when I signed. And really 20 is pretty high for a tournament. I mean, most of
use the left 2 lanes to take the I-81 south exit.
It's usually 15 to... I'd say 15 to probably
continue
22,
on I-81 south for 81 miles.
And I'm driving 3 hours. I had to drive 3 hours to get to this one. But I saw the player count was over 20, so I figured we were probably going to have 22, 23, 24 people playing. And that's what I want. I want to play against as many people as I can. And as a reminder, I can play an age-protected bracket, like MA40 plus or MA50 plus, but I don't because there's not enough players that participate. Oh, this guy is just a dickbag. So, well, we're gonna cut you off. Sorry, buddy. So, you're gonna get over it. I'm not yielding. So, that guy intentionally blocked us. So deal with it. So in the age bracket, if I play my age bracket, MA50 or MA40 plus or MP40 or whatever, well, MP4 is a little different. I don't play pros, but there's not enough players. There's usually only maybe, six to eight players on average, I guess. I mean, there's been a couple where there's been like 5. I'm not driving 3 hours to play against 5 people. It's got, like, for instance, when I do if I'm going to drive 3 or 4 hours, and I have no problem driving 3 or 4 hours to go do a tournament, but you've got to have a good player count for me to do that, or there's got to be a good reason for me to play the course. Jenkins Mountain is one that I drive just go play. I don't really care what the players count is, just because I like the course and I like the tournament and I like the people. I've driven from Florida to play that particular course. That's how much I like that course and like that tournament. But anyways, as far as True Timbers today, it was an Anhzers for Autism. All the proceeds go back to the local chapter to help fight, combat, and assist autism and families that have children with autism. My youngest boy has autism, so it's it's rough. His mother has held the brunt of that burden because she lives out in Colorado and he lives out there, and I am not going to be moving to Colorado anytime soon. But Colorado is a state you visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. So True Timber Anhzers for Autism 2024. It is January, February, March, April. Yeah, it's April. It's April 6th, 2024, and the last couple tournaments I've been playing pretty good. I did well. I got like a 2 spot, I got a 5 spot, I got a 9 spot. I'm extremely happy with the way my game is coming around. I'm not particularly happy with this particular tournament, my personal play anyways. The tournament itself was fine. But I've noticed in the past few games my game has started to settle and settle in a good way, that things are starting to feel more natural. And as they settle, it's giving me insight on, okay, I know I can do this, I ain't worried about that, and then I pull it off every single time. So it's starting to settle in, and it did again today. Unfortunately, round 1, I actually loved the entire round up until hole 4. Now, if y'all have ever played True Timber, that's the railway suspended basket. The suspended basket doesn't give me any problem. It's just throwing up the fairway. It's not long. It's only like 221 or 251. I think it's 251. It's not a long hole, but it's got a steep left drop off. You got to creep to the right along the railroad tracks. The railroad tracks are still there, by the way. What's this idiot doing? This guy is about to run these bikes off the road. It's Virginia on a Saturday for you. But literally in round 1, hole 4, I took a 7 on. It's a par 3, by the way. I took a 7. And that is the only hole I had a problem with. It was a bad drive, which was all me. And then my second shot, I didn't get anywhere with it. I popped a tree. It turned it, like one guy said, it turned into a train wreck. It was painful to watch. It was even more painful to play. I had a bad drive. I had a bad second shot. My third shot actually racked the pole that the basket suspends off of. And I was trying to just hammer it up there, just trying to get it to hit something and stick close to the basket so I could get it over with. And it hit that top 4x4 beam and shot down the hill on the other side. I went to throw up, hit another freaking tree, and then I finally got a toss up and in, and it was just, it just literally tanked me. It put me 12th. I was only a couple strokes off of holding a top 5 spot after round 1, but that one hole, everything else, I had 2 bogeys, I had 1 birdie up to that point, and it just, that one hole just tanked it. And it's just, it got away from me, and I couldn't reel it in, and it felt like it was 900 shots, and it put me at 12th. So I figured, all right, well, there's nothing I can really do. The best player is throwing -6, even if he throws a bad game. You're probably going to have to push in -2. There's no way I'm going to be able to recover 5 strokes plus be able to go that far into the negatives on a course like this. I would have to get really, really hot, and even if I got hot, I don't think my skill set would make my hotness beat some of the people that were out there today. So I went into round 2 just trying to do better than round 1. That's what I traditionally do. If I suck at one, I try not to suck as bad as the other one. So I had a +5 coming out of round 1, and then going to round 2, it just, everything nothing got ridiculously ugly. It's just I was still beating on myself probably from 4 from the first round. Just the fact that it was so bad. But I had some bogeys, and unfortunately it didn't. I had a double bogey on 1. The 2 birdies really saved me. I ended up improving 1 spot to 11th, because a lot of other people, it's a tough course. It's a tough course out here. You really got to control your stuff. You really got to have control over your game. Lots of trees and a lot of mud too. It's been raining lately, so we got a lot of mud up here, so it's pretty nasty. Not as bad as the pros are going to have to deal with tomorrow, because they have to play from the long pads. But round 2 came around. I nailed me 2 birdies. Good putt. I backed away from the 6 claw Luna because it just wasn't getting the job done. I wasn't even getting close to my marks. So I backed off and went to the soft judge and dropped to a boarded. And I managed to rack a couple birdies in the second round. So kind of take the paint off that one double bogey I had and knock away one of the other bogeys. So for round 2, it brought me down to +3. It is a personal best for this course. I was happy. I'm happy with the day. I mean, it's just, some of it is just, I have got to get off my lazy ass and practice more during the week. When I get home early from work, I need to go out there. I'm not talking practice putting. I need to practice my driving. I'm doing these line drives, driving. I'm not utilizing the flight characteristics of the disc. I'm trying to force the disc through it. It works for some of the discs I use just because I've been throwing them that way for so long. But my overall game is, I'm not going to change it, but I do need to refine it, and I need to try a couple different discs. I need to go to some slower speed discs and try to work them a little bit more. So we ended up 11th, so we improved 1 spot. I haven't looked recently to see if there was an update, but I was +5 round 1, ended up +3 round 2, so it's improvements. I settled down a little bit. I did some great practice shots on 5 just before we started, and I used a sidewinder and I used a Roadrunner forehand, made some beautiful shots, and then of course when it comes to the damn tournament, I didn't pull it off, hit a tree. So being stupid as always. But both cards were outstanding, guys. We had a good time. We were rooting for each other, and I took away a little bit on there. It's the second tournament in a row where I have somebody comment on the way I drive, and I have a very aggressive line drive type of pull, and he made the same comment that was made at the last tournament, that he goes, it's amazing you get that kind of distance throwing that the way you do. So so clearly it's an unorthodox style. I don't have a big arm. I mean, I don't throw 450 feet or anything like that. So just the fact that I had 2 comments 2 weekends in a row, that it's something I need to get out into, just a field. I need to measure it off. I carry a wheel in the back of my car, measuring wheel, and go just find me a ball field near the house. There was a friend of mine told me about one. I just can't remember where it is. I have to ask him tomorrow to see him. And get out and just throw a few. I'm like 90% sure that my bag is lopsided. It's that there's a lot of crap in there I don't need, but I really need to just sit down and focus on certain discs. I mean, I got the race in there, I got the Roadrunners in there, but just take them and go out and throw that particular disc for like an hour one night, and throw it forehand, backhand, just do it over and over and over again, see what it's going to do. And I do need to experiment with some fairway drivers and approach shots. I had very good luck with the zone today. The zone served me really well today. The Warden served me really well. Had some unlucky breaks in the first round. I had a couple lucky breaks second round. No OB in the second round. I had 1 OB in the first round. No OB in the second round, so I was happy about that. So I got no OB in the second round and 2 birdies. So it was an interesting day, but the tournament was fantastic. Everybody got checked in on time. We got us a disc. I picked up a Rock 3, which I needed a second one. I lost one. So I picked up a Rock 3. We did our round 1, and they brought in lunch, and it was tacos, chicken and rice, and beans and stuff, and it was just fantastic. So they fed us, and I think we're all feeling kind of bloated going round 2. True Timber is a great course. True Timber is a private course. You have to pay to play, but it is worth it. You can't play during the week, but you have to pay for it. But it's a really nice course. The pads aren't A level, A tier. Some of them are kind of goofy, especially when it's rains. Some of them are like 12. They had to modify 12. They had to move us to a different pad for 12. But had a good time, and as you can tell, I mean, obviously I'm driving my ass off now to get back home. What do we got going up? I was watching the Texas match last week, and AB was struggling a little bit, but that Gannon Burr surge, that was pretty damn impressive. So that's some good stuff. See what happens this week. I've got what I gotta do? I've got a series, Basket Bashers, such a moron. Basket Bashers series event 2. I've already played 1. I was second in that one. Their next event is next Saturday, so that will be my next disc golf adventure. And we're going to try to hang on to our second place point standing, maybe hopefully do well and bump it up to 1. That's about the whole series. So I mean, I want to do it well, obviously, but we'll see what happens. Then the weekend after that, I have a motorsports race at Virginia Motorsports Park, XDA Motorcycle Drag Racing Series. I'll be doing media coverage and support for social media and the other platforms, gathering some content, so keeping everybody up to speed while the event's going on. We're going to do some live broadcasting from there over on the jtnorton.com YouTube channel. Go out there and have a lot of fun, and support a bunch of fantastic people out there doing something they love. We're doing something we love. They get to do something they love. Sorry about this sun glare here. We've got this cloud bank off to our right, so it's chopping the window here. And then the weekend after that, we have an event down in North Carolina. I found one, and when I signed up, it had 26 players on it. I actually canceled a different event to go to this one down in North Carolina. It's about 2 hours and 40 minutes away, because there was I haven't looked recently, but when I signed up, I think I was a 26 person, so that's a huge class for Ma3. So I think it caps at 32, so I have a feeling they might get their full 32 field, and then go out there and try to place the best we can, and see what we can take away and learn from it. And again, when I sign up for a tournament, unless it's a very specific tournament like the series, if it's a series or like Jenkins or something like that, or it's a course I just enjoy playing, or a tournament that I enjoy playing, I go by player count. And I always start with Ma3, and I look at them, and if they've got more than 20 people, then I go for it. I usually limit my tournament plays for Saturday. I try to pick a Saturday tournament. I will take a Sunday if I have to, but I try to take Saturday so I can have Sunday just to hang around the house and get some work done, and do laundry and all the other house life crap that we have to do. Ooh, that's pretty. Let me see if I can. I don't think I'm going to be able to see this. So. No, I can be able to see this. So. Got this gorgeous mountain view out here. It's just a big mountain range. It's the Shenandoah National Park up there. So, but y'all can't see it, unfortunately. Sorry. So, everything's starting to green up out here. So, got a big rig over here blocking some sunlight for us. So True Timber, Anhzers for Autism. Good day. We ended up 11th. We got +5 on round 1. We got +3 on round 2. So it went in a better direction. I'm far more comfortable with my game than I am now. And now that it's starting to, as it's starting to settle, I do realize that I need to refine it some more. Because I mean, it will never be. I mean, it will never be just okay. My game will never just be, well, okay, this is the level of player I want to be. Is that once I get to a certain, like, if my goal is to be able to, if I can go into a course or go into a tournament and par it and not have any problems, then I need to raise the bar on myself and say, okay, well, now I need to go in and hit -1, -2. I'll have to start pushing my putts. I'll start have to push my drive. I'll start have to increase distance or do more or invest more time into the forehand to refine it. Right now, I think one of my biggest struggles is the fact that I need to be able to take a approach disc or even a putter and be able to line drive it at about 150 feet. That will allow me to thread some of these trees, and that's I noticed it today on a couple that I had to use trick shots to get through it, and if you want to compete and be able to win, then you're going to have to figure out how to do it, not try to figure out a way to get around doing it. But if I could practice taking like the zone or a buzz, and just consistently good level flat shots with no left or right turn to about 150 to 180 in a tight line. I would have to maybe set up sticks or something and have a tight line. Now I think that would help tremendously, especially in courses like this or a lot of courses in North Carolina. Some things get pretty tight. But I got some more work to do. But I was happy with today. I mean, it's obviously I want to do better. I wanted to be in the top 10, and it didn't work out that way. I just wasn't dialed in enough to get it done. But it was a good day, and it was for a good cause, and I appreciate y'all listening in. I'm going to get driving. I have another, I don't know, I think it was supposed to be 6, almost 7 o'clock before I get home, so it's going to be at least another hour of driving. And when I get home, I'll go I need to find another one for the 1st of May. And then I have to check the racing schedule and see where we're going to have a blend. So I am going to get back to driving here, since I have nothing but brake lights in front of me all of a sudden. And y'all take care of yourself. I appreciate y'all listening in. This is JT, and as always, good throw, bad throw, good putt, bad putt, good tournament, bad tournament. We get to play disc golf. The more we play, the better we get, and I'm going to keep on playing. And I'm tired though, but we're going to keep on playing. I love you. I'm out of here. I shall return.